So you used to work under Suzy Okabi. How did you transition now to say, I'm going to set up my own brand? And how exactly was that particular transition from employment now to entrepreneurship?
So remember, before I went to Suzy Beauty, I was still running Makeup by Rose, so actually under a different name. I actually used to call it Rubiela Rosa. And now my daughter, I had no idea I would call my daughter Ruby at that particular time. So when I went to Suzy, I got really comfortable, but I learned a lot.
For how long were you there?
I was there for 3 years. Initially, I was supposed to stay for 1 year, but the opportunities were endless because I got to do like every fashion show in Kenya because Suzy Beauty was huge, still is,
yes.
You know. But then when I told Suzy, I actually told her very nicely, I need to go back and rebuild my business. It was hard, it was tough. Number one, everyone knew me as Suzy Beauty.
Yes.
So going back to rebuild and getting my own identity back, it was really tough. And then going from getting a salary at the end of the month to now kujitaftia tena when you are very comfortable with a lot of money at the end of the month, it was tough, but it was worth it. And like the lessons, like I said, the lessons I learned from Suzy Okabi and Suzy Beauty really helped me. But Makeup by Rose, what I did is I did what I saw Suzy Okabi do. I started doing, like, Makeup by Rose ended up doing every fashion show in Kenya. I was doing TV shows, I was doing NTV, AM Live with Kobi Kihara, we had a show. Yeah. I was doing so many interviews with Citizen TV, I was working with celebrities, politicians. So the same lessons that I learned, I put them into my business.
But what was the breakthrough? Because it was starting something and trying to, being part of a brand, now building your own brand usually takes a while. What was your breakthrough?
I think my breakthrough is when like TV stations started noticing the brand everywhere and started calling me for interviews. So I got more
visibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was getting more calls now. People wanted to know like what else that I do. So that's when I got into making my own products, which was not easy. I started with 1 and now I have 20. That's on skincare alone. And then I have a makeup line of like 40 products. It's just been step by step. Step by step, it's not been overnight. It took me, because I remember for anyone to know my name, it took 3-4 years.
Yes.
And then after leaving Suzy Beauty, it took me another like 3 years for people to really know the brand. And then I quickly realized for people to trust the brand, they needed to know who I am. Yes. So before, I never even used to post my face or whatever. And then I started talking about my journey. And that's actually how Makeup by Rose was born vizuri now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to take the bold step to use your name as your brand name?
Because I wanted, number one, I didn't want it to die with me. Let's say when, God forbid, when that time comes, I wanted it to you know, continue as my name, because it's my Makeup by Rose is something that I've loved since I was a young baby, you know. And I decided to call my brand my daughter's. Yeah. It's a mixture of my name, my mom, and my daughter. So I only have one daughter. My mom was my biggest fan and my best friend. So I combined both. That way the brand makes more sense to me. I didn't want to call my products Makeup by Rose again. It's too much. I already have Makeup by Rose and then the Rubiela. So I wanted my daughter to continue, you know, with my legacy. But it's been a journey. It's been a beautiful one, bittersweet, with a lot of pain, tears, cries, kufungiwa nyumba na landlord. And then I decided the one thing, once Makeup by Rose grew, I wanted other people to learn. That's why I started the
Makeup by Rose probably is the services arm of the business.
Exactly.
So Makeup by Rose does the
yes,
makeup,
the makeup, the skincare, the facials, the skin tag removal, and then Rubiela provides the products and the makeup application and stuff like that. So I've separated it like that. That way, because I want, when my kids are older, around 15, I want my son to have Makeup by Rose and my daughter to have Rubiela, for them not to fight about.